awful, but it's like they go out for such long, extended periods of time, and I'm trying to keep track of my retainer and all this other stuff, and sometimes the airship goes right over my head, and I totally forget about it. So I think being able to actually go out as a group will be really fun. And then this is a big one everybody's been talking about lately. Actually started as a joke, and that is the Lords of Verminion. It's going to be added to the Golden Saucer. For those of you who love minions, they're actually creating a game where you can place the minions in the field. You like pick a place where you want to put them, and then they move from there. And he says that the reason why Minigawa has created a new option for the gamepad controls is because of that. And he says it might be wise to go ahead and collect all the minions you can, but you don't have to have very rare minions in order to win. And they're also going to be creating a rating system, like that matchmaking system. That way, like you're not going to be. I mean, I don't know, but say like the fat cat's like the equivalent of a sumo wrestler. They're not going to put that up against, um, you know, a little dinky. I'm trying to think of something really small and delicate. I can't really think of a small and delicate minion right now. um, but like they have some that are. Oh, the sheep, the little fluffy sheep that we have. If you have a little cheerful lamb against the fat cat, that might be a really bad pairing. I mean, they're both very fluffy, but I imagine that the fat cat would probably crush it to death. So I think the fat cat might be more matched for one of the little mini vanguards or something. Maybe the vanguard could poke it enough till it popped or something. But anyway, other things they're going to adjust for the Golden Saucer are the triple triads and the chocobo racing. They're going to adjust the MGP and some other things for the racing. They're also going to add new triple triad cards and new NPC opponents. And other upcoming features as they're adding a challenge log to the Golden Saucer, and they're I guess they're going to make it to where you can plan out how you're going to earn your MGP. I think is neat. I have a feeling that's going to be like one of those things where, well, you can, do 20 matches of triple triad, or you can win like 20 chocobo races, or, probably something like that. Uh, because I'm not really into triple triad. I know a lot of people are, but I'd rather win a whole bunch of MGP playing like the chocobo racing and the minion game than I would wanting to play cards. I've never been good at playing cards unless it's spades. Um, they're also going to add new crafting recipes, and they're going to start adjusting some of the current mounts into flying mounts for us. And their previewed video, I guess, showed the Armon and the bomb mount, and so a lot of people are hoping for those. And the last page on the forum, for this particular post anyway, was the company and housing related things. And the first one is the housing share feature, which is great because right now even married couples cannot share the same home. It's pretty lame. So they're going to give people the option to share their home with 5 people. So now you didn't waste all your millions of gil to be a hermit. I mean, you can be a hermit if you want. You might get a divorce really quick too, but you can choose now if you want to share your house with somebody else, or you want to keep it to yourself. And I think that's kind of a neat option, especially if you have a small FC and you don't ever plan on getting bigger. Don't go out and get a huge freaking house. Just get a little house, share it, just be happy. And then if your FC fell apart or something, you could still have your house, or I don't know, whatever. Do your thing. I like these choices they're giving us, though. This is more freedom to choose. It's more realistic. Like, would you go buy a house and live in it well, you might live by yourself. I don't know. I don't see the point in spending millions of dollars on a house just to be in there by myself. I guess I'm just too much of a social butterfly. The other thing that they're going to change is being able to adjust the brightness of your furnishings in your room, which might sound kind of funny, but uh, sometimes I do think the lighting in the room kind of sucks. Like sometimes I'll want the room darker, but like the lights up higher because I like dim rooms with your little glowing lights. And I just kind of feel like everything's kind of meh in the rooms right now. It's not very bright, but it's not very dark either. It's just kind of meh. So being able to adjust that would be great. And then the one that's very important to our FC right now is renaming the FC. They're going to make that possible, and they are going to put a restriction where you can't, keep doing it all the time. They are going to put a restriction on, giving a set period of time before you change it again. And I'm sure that will keep, some people from creating a lot of chaos and confusion on changing their FC name. But it's a very important thing because currently our FC just went a merger, so it's very nice to have that option because we want to start fresh and have a new name that embraces both sets of people instead of, this is the old FC and welcome to our old thing that doesn't really exist anymore. Which is also going to be important that they're allowing us to move, which I really wish they gave more information about the moving process, but at least we know that's going to be an option in the future. And with that comes the last bit of information, that is the removal of inactive houses. They are going to add a system that removes houses that are not in use, and they're going to announce the criteria for the removal in the future. And that's going to be great because I know there's a lot of dead FCs out there, or people, all those people with personal houses that decided, this house ain't all that great. And, maybe they don't even play anymore. If nobody is using that house, it's a waste. There's such a demand for housing right now, although it's very expensive, and there's just not a lot of open plots available. I'm on a very small server, and there's still like no available houses. You're very lucky if you find an open plot of land, and I know of people that have inherited mansions because they were the only uh, person left in the FC. So that's a perfect example of being able to rename an FC or being able to remove an inactive house, because that way it frees it up for somebody else, and somebody else doesn't have all that responsibility if they don't want it. And but yeah, that's pretty much it for the live letter. I know I rambled a lot, but again, if you just wanted to hear the brief overview, you can always just kind of go back to the beginning or rewind and just hear the short version that probably lasted 5 minutes instead of I don't know, however long I've been going, like an hour. I have no clue. Um, but again, I will be doing this every weekend, every Saturday at around 11 EST. And anybody who wants to join in, it's Luchi Ray 87 on Skype. And I apologize that I'm not actually doing a live stream, but I'm having those complications with the internet and the server and all of that good stuff. So I'll be doing little talky podcasts on the weekend, and then hopefully during the week when things are more stable and the internet is not being shared by 500,000 people, I will be able to do like some educational things and have some fun running around with friends. But thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas for me to ramble, because this was a live letter, now, but there's not a live letter every week. So if you guys want to give me some things to talk about, I will yap your ear off next week.